film this. And to keep me in check on time, like if someone can give me a heads up when it's at like 9 minutes, 30 seconds, that will be good. I don't know what I've done. I haven't done comedy in like 6 weeks. I'm really freaking nervous. I'm vain, stupid, and nervous. That'll work. The other thing I am is totally badass. Okay, people, Dr. Blue. And, okay, what is the most badass thing you've ever done in your life? Like, the most badass.
Invited you to do this show.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, okay, that works. So, I thought it kind of a pretty badass thing to do was skydiving, right? So I did that like 59 times. And then I got really bored because the sky was always blue and I'm like skydiving in the daytime and it's like really overrated and boring. So I decided to go skydiving at night. It turns out you do need a working parachute. So I like went up more badass, or like just like a plain old adrenaline junkie, right? And then it hit me. I got banned from Comic-Con 6 weeks ago in Santa Fe, and I was like, that must be the single most badass thing I've ever accomplished in my life. I mean, tell me, who here has gotten banned from Comic-Con? Like, you are the comediana non grata, you know, like, fuck you, we don't want you anymore, you crazy-ass jokes. Anyway, a little bit about me and stuff I've discovered. 2016 has been an insane year. Like, I found out the hard way that DMT is not a recreational drug. I was like, you know, I've never tripped balls, so it's something else you should know. I've never done LSD or ecstasy or mushrooms, so I'm a fucking wuss in that department. And but I got my hands on some DMT, right? And I go into a smoke shop, and someone had told me you need a crack pipe to smoke DMT. I was like, okay, that's pretty badass. I'm gonna go to the local smoke shop on 6th and Central, and I'm like, I go in, I'm like, oh yeah, no natural American cigarettes for me today. I need a crack pipe. And he goes like, dude is like, do not use the word crack. And I'm like, are we on camera? What the fuck? And this dude, like, he's cute, he's black, he's wearing, you know, he's packing. I mean, literally packing. Concealed carry license. No, he had like his gun right here. And I'm like, I didn't want him to judge me, right? Because I'm a little bit of a wuss when it comes to drugs. So I was like, trust me, it's not for crack. And he goes, stop saying crack in my store. I was like, no, it's for DMT. Have you ever heard of DMT? I've never even done coke, and I modeled in Paris for like 10 years. Like, what the fuck? You need to look at my teeth, you know? Like, that's not meth mouth. So I floss every day. Like, don't judge me. And I was like, I was told to ask for a crack pipe. He goes, I'm telling you for the last time, it's called a bubble pipe. I'm like, that's not what they said. They said a crack pipe. So he's like, he points at stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that does look kind of shady. Like, you know, I've seen that on commercials. And then I just totally boosted out because I didn't want him to judge me. So I actually ended up, like, buying a glass weed pipe and then, like packing the DMT in between trim. Anyway, I had an auditory breakthrough, so I think it worked. And then I only did this because you should know something about me. Yeah, my parachute did not open. I landed at 70 miles an hour. I've got like serious bone cancer-like pain, and it's like, it's arachnoiditis. It's like meningitis, and I'm like, when is the last time you saw a happy meningitis patient, right? Like, they're either laying curled up, they either die or they're laying curled up in fetal position in a hospital bed, right? So yeah, it's like central nervous system inflammation. I'm like, I gotta do that DMT. So I did, and like, I wanted to find an answer. And I had it, and I felt my body drifted away, and I was like in La La Land, but I'm also a really born hard Daigen atheist. So I had to hold on to my beliefs, right? There's no other beings and shit. And I was like surrounded, and I had an auditory, yeah, you guys laugh. No, I was raised atheist. My mother's right there. I was raised an atheist. By the way, the most disallowed words in my households were God. So as a 7-year-old, I had so much, I was like, I would say, oh God, like for 30 minutes, which like always like my dad would slap me in the face. And I'm like, I'm gonna get revenge on you people, on my parents. I was like 7. So I'm like, fuck you, mom and dad. And then at age 27, I ended up in a hippie yoga retreat north of Detroit. It's like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna meditate. Anyway, yeah, the auditory breakthrough and all of that shit. And I had the answer to my question, like, why am I in so much pain and suffering? And then I got out and I fucking forgot. I'm like, I gotta go back to DMT hell. Are you fucking with me? That's not a recreation. Let me see what else I've learned this year. I was always really worried about my fuckability. Like, I had leg braces and then a manual wheelchair, and then I was hospitalized exactly a year ago. And thank you very much, Barb. I know she's listening in the bedroom. She came and visited me in the hospital. So I was hospitalized a year ago, and they upgraded me to a power wheelchair. I'm like, oh my God, that's there. If I thought I didn't have fuckability, that's it, like power wheelchair. And I don't want to pity fuck, that's like the worst. Like even type A gimpies like me, and I'm like, I don't know what other gimpies do. They sit on the couch all day long snorting oxycodone. I don't know. I only know myself. And my dose is too low. I don't know what they do. But anyway, she visited me in the hospital. I got out of the hospital, and I'm like, yeah, my dateability, my fuckability. I was really seriously worried because, you think about it. You try getting fucked in your hospital bed. It's twin size. Seriously, that is not for the faint of heart. Like, you try to go on Tinder. I've got a twin size hospital bed, and I don't want to pity fuck. Like, and there's these people out there that they like disabilities. Like, oh, you know what they would do? They get off on like me going downstairs with my canes or something. Seriously, that's a thing. It's called like disability fetish or something. Like, who wants to be somebody's pity fuck? I don't fuck people out of pity. I don't want them to fuck me out of pity. So yeah, I learned, very important things I learned. I also learned, I discovered on SoundCloud that if you listen to songs that are exactly 4 minutes and 20 seconds, they're really trippy songs. Have you thought about that? Have you given that some thought? Even I don't smoke weed, and even I figured that one out, people. It's like Google songs that end in 420. The atheist stuff. So one of my friends, he's a musician, he played here, Adam James.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, super talented, right? Really nice. And he's like, I asked him, like, how comes people always give me drugs at the end of a show? Like, I was at a Imbibe, and people throw acid at me on stage, basically. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've never even done acid, but I'm like, I'm just hoarding drugs for when the apocalypse hits. I'm like, that would be a good place. Really killer blowjobs, and really 1 minute?
One more
Jesus
minute.
Christ. No, I'm going to go over. If you guys don't mind, can you tolerate me?
Yeah, go over!
I am so stoked to be here, seriously. Ketamine, holiday, bone cancer like pain, Mr. Conman, dating. Jesus. So I was like, why do people always give me drugs after, and people give me ecstasy? I've never done ecstasy, right? And he's like, because you're always talking about drugs. Like, I can't help it. I'm a libertarian. I'm so pro-drugs. I think drugs shouldn't only be legal, they should be mandatory for some people. Like, my lovely sister has been depressed for about 20 years, and she's never once gotten high or drunk even. Never. She's never even taken a drag of a spliff. So I can only imagine, like, she's pretty big. She's a big girl. She's a little taller since I lost 2.5 inches in a skydiving accident. I'm looking at my mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to hate me. This is what it's like. Proceed. Go catch it. Go catch it. Do it. Your mom is here. Don't tell Tinka.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what I really want to do is like grab my sister, like hold her, and then like hold one, like this over her nostril, the other over her mouth, and then like shove that crack pipe up her nostril and say, let it go, Tinka, let it go. Let the DMT do its work. I couldn't resist. No, and so I'm very free in talking about drugs because I do think there's a purpose for it and all of that. So I'm going on a holiday in Arizona pretty soon. I'm going on a ketamine trip. No, literally, a ketamine trip. I'm at the end of my road. I've become truly suicidal from this 24/7 pain, right? And you start doing stupid shit like, buy DMT. Oh, and about ketamine, I talked with my friend who's a dealer and works in a cafe. And I was like, I got the okay, I was approved medically, and they give you all these psychological assessments, and they come up with these insane questions that you got to answer to tease out if you're psychotic. And one of the questions was, I do things for kicks or something, or I suffer from a lot of pain, and then one of the 344 questions, one of them was, I think I would be a good comedian. That wasn't a questionnaire. I was like, I scored. No, so I passed the test. I'm going to go to Arizona, get like 4 hours of ketamine through an IV. And no, it's seriously a ketamine trip for people with pain like me. I know, God, I sound really terrible right now. The other thing I like to do in America, I'm not American, I'm Dutch, but I like to swear a lot. And one of my favorites is like, fuck me over triple sideways, which is what I discovered when I turned 40 and I was like worried about my fuckability. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, fuck me over triple sideways. I've turned into geriatric candy. I mean, if it's got gray hair and a ponytail, it's trying to bang this. And then I was like, if they had shot like that series like, How to Catch a Predator or something in my neighborhood, like the neighborhood would have been like a ghost town because like I can't recall a dirty neighbor who give me a kiss and then I'll let you go home. What the fuck? Anyway, so it turns out I've been geriatric candy for a very long time, no hang-ups whatsoever. Okay, so the weirdest thing that happened to me is I recently started dating, and at first I'm like, dating Albuquerque is so bad, I should have never broken up with my Tinder stalker. That's on me, because I bought a taser, and he was really nice. He'd follow me at all the open mics and the shows I was doing at like Ned's, and he'd text me, Katja, you were so beautiful and funny last night at Ned's, come sit on my face. Like, he was nice, he was really considerate, he was like a nice guy. And then like I got some info from my Burning Man friends that they're like, buy a taser, like, just do it, and that like solved that crisis. And then like I've been seeing somebody, I think he's called like a bow. It just means I get banged twice a week and he brings me food. And like I'm not sure if that's good, but I'm like, go catch in your hospital bed. So the other thing is like, oh my fucking God, right? I love to say that. It just packs a punch. It gives a little ting. As an atheist, like, I love saying that. But my sister-in-law is Muslim. What? Oh, I got a heckler. I love it. What?
Say it in a British voice.
I'm Dutch. I don't know. I hate Britain. I lived there for a year. I was like, this is fucking horrible.
Oh my fucking God.
You're doing a great job. No, that was, I couldn't do that. What was I saying? Jesus Christ. Oh, that was it. Oh my fucking God. And when I say, but I'm an equal opportunity offender. Like, I love saying shit like, oh my fucking Allah or oh my fucking Buddha. But my sister-in-law is Muslim, so I gotta be really careful when I say, oh my fucking Allah. Because she goes, the rest of your life, you're gonna be in Muslim hell when you say that. I'm like, oh, I thought that being in Muslim hell meant like being married to my brother. That was about it, people. I think so. Thank you for bearing with me and all of this shit. I still was going to like talk about this guy named Papi. He was a con man. And I here's the other thing. I don't count bed partners. I count nationalities. I'm up to like 20. And I was going to score number 21. This cute little hot pepper called Papi. And he turned out to be a con man, a serious con man. 30 arrests. And I was like, I'm going to score a Mexican. His father was born in Viejo, Mexico. He had like 500 last names, David Luis Cortez. And I was like, this is awesome, right? I checked him out on People Finder, and he had like 30 arrests for like, and like 15 were for aggravated assault. But the worst thing was that he was booked as Caucasian every single time. And I have a type, so that hurt. So last thing I want to say about Papi is that he was spanking me, and I was like, yeah, that really happened. And I was like, when do I tell a guy, like, my ass is really numb, and, you know, that, like, my joystick is broken, and I don't know, but he was having fun. I was like, if you really want to do some daddy shit, you'd probably slap me in the face. Totally different dynamic. I was like, I'm gonna, like, end this shit with a date rape joke. I've got to. And his little ears, oh, I know! Everyone was like, no, don't do it. Yes, yes. Although, if you've got micro triggers, I would leave. Date rape is definitely not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Like, just sometimes it was like, there were no words for it, like 25, 30 years ago. So sometimes you said yes because you didn't want to get raped. Wow, that got so quiet. It's nice. I've got you all in my pocket, and you're like, this is really, really fucked up. So, thank you for making me feel like a really badass comic. I'm going to be banned from 2615 Vista Larga. No. So I'm like, no, date rape jokes, not my thing. On the other hand, like, you know, roofing sounds so harsh, although I wish I'd been roofied sometimes. And I don't know. Once in a while, I just slip myself half an Ambien and very gently date rape myself. All right. I think we have got it covered. I was almost going to take, like, questions or something, but yeah, and then I was going to talk about my fucking career. I'm like, not really. Seriously, my fucking career. But seriously, I love you guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, Dr. Blue, Barb. I've met amazing people, made amazing friends at Three-Sided Hole. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening to me. And I wish you guys a spectacular 2017. And I'm really peaceful despite my comedy. Okay, people, I love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.